Hey everybody, I'm Becky Adams. Thank you for stopping by for day 4 of my fall scrapbooking series. So today I am working with the Hello Fall collection from Cartabella Paper. And I've already mentioned so many times how much I love fall and all the colors, and if I were to I don't know if I could say that. I don't know if I could say that this would be the one fall collection that I would scrapbook with, because I love them all. But I think this collection does a great job of just giving a true picture of fall, at least in my mind. So I have some products, of course, a lot of products from the Hello Fall collection. I think the only thing that I am using that is not from the Hello Fall collection are these thickers, and these come from an older pink paisley collection. I just picked these up at Tuesday morning, but I will make sure and link to them if I can find them online somewhere. But they are just a white thick chipboard thicker with gold lettering on top. So I have this strip of photos. So there are 5 photos that I'm using today. And whenever I'm using photos, I like to just put them, or when I'm using a lot of photos, I like to put them in a strip just across the whole layout. So these are just some photos that I took with my phone of our fall decorations. And I did back them on a little bit. I'm actually going to use easy tear tape here. I did back them with some white cardstock just to make them stand out a little bit. Because I have, a very linear layout here with a strip of photos right across in the middle, a very lined up background, I thought that it would be fun to bring some circles in here. So I got my circle punch out and punched a whole bunch of circles from pattern papers in the Hello Fall collection. And then I also have some white doilies that I wanted to add in for a little bit of softness as well. So I used 2 circle punches for this. I used a gigantic 3.5, I believe. Yeah, 3.5 inch circle punch for these bigger circles, and then I used an 1.5 inch circle punch for these smaller ones. So I'm going to just start laying these circles out here. I want to start up here in the top left and have circles kind of cascading down the layout here to the bottom right. And I'm liking how this is looking with the placement of the circles right now. So I'm going to go ahead and adhere all of these big circles in place. Okay, so I have all of the big circles in place, and so now I'm just going to go through and add these smaller circles. And I'm just balancing them out. I don't want the same circles. So like I've got this red up here, so I want to balance that out down here with the red. And the same with the stripes. The stripes are up here, and so I'm going to add this striped one down here. I am watching I don't want to create any trapped white space. So if I were to put this circle here, do you see this piece right here? That's trapped white space, and that's something that is not very pleasing to the eye, something that I don't really want on this project. So by moving this over here, now I don't have that trapped white space. Okay, so now that I have all of my punched circles in place, I'm just going to flip this over and trim off the excess. Okay, And now that I have all those circles in place, I think I'm going to add my title next. Okay, and so the title of this layout is Autumn Blessings. I'm gonna scoot this circle down just a little bit, just to make room for that title. And because these are chipboard thickers, I am going to add a little bit of liquid adhesive on the back so that they will stay in place. Okay, so now I have my photo and most of my title. There's one more piece of my title I need to add there. Just real quick, I have this autumn sticker, and it is an epoxy sticker that is part of the Hello Fall collection. So we'll just add that in right there on kind of the negative space of that photo. And so with those two things, my photo and my title in place, the next thing I want to make sure that I have in place is my journaling. And I have my journaling printed here just on white paper and stuck to a bit of wax paper so that I can move it around my layout and see what the best placement for this is. And I was thinking, and this still might be where I need to add my journaling, but I actually kind of like it in that red space up there. And I do think that's where I'm going to add it. It's just right up here in this red circle. Okay, so my journaling didn't fit absolutely perfect around that circle, but I think that it's definitely good enough. I definitely do not strive for complete perfection when I am scrapbooking. I definitely believe that done is much better than perfection. So I want to emphasize this title here, make sure that it doesn't get lost in the shuffle here. So I have this little strip of pattern paper that I actually used on another project, and I think that it will fit perfectly, and it does, right under, or I guess I shouldn't say perfectly. It fits nicely right under the title, and I'll just tuck that end right under that big orange circle. And then I have a few bits and pieces that I've pulled from the Hello Fall collection. I have these adorable pumpkins that I thought would be perfect, of course, for a fall layout. I think they'll fit nicely right here along the bottom of my photos and at the end of the title here. I do have this sticker from the sticker sheet that says family, and it is a circle, so of course I thought that it would work nicely on this layout. Place that. Actually, I'm not sure about that one. We're going to set that aside for just a second, because I do want to make sure that I have this favorites for fall banner in place, because that's what this layout is about, is my favorite fall decorations. I think that that would work nicely right there. Oops. Okay. And then I have these two white leaf die cuts that I used a Cartabella or an Echo Park die set to cut out, and I think that they would work perfectly. And then layer that bow right on top of those leaves. and under the pumpkins. And this is another embellishment that is with part of the Hello Fall collection. I think I will add that family sticker right there in the middle. There we go, and I'll trim off the excess on that in just a minute. And then one last little bit that I have is this little label. I'm going to put that right there so that I can stamp the date. I'm just going to ink up the portion of this stamp that has the date on it. Actually use just that little bit of paper so that I don't get extra ink. And then I have just a few more embellishments to add into this one. So I have the decorative brads from this collection. And one thing that I really like about this brad pack, and I'll flip it over so you can see, half of them are brads, but half of them are just like chipboard stickers. So I'm going to use just a few of these circles, and I'm gonna be lazy here and just not use brads on this particular project. I'll save the brads for another day. Okay, and then the last thing I wanted to add were some enamel dots. And what I'm going to do with the enamel dots is turn each of these, where I've put the chipboard circles, I'm going to use enamel dots to make those a grouping of 3, if that makes sense. So I have one chipboard piece here, and I'm going to add 2 enamel dots to make that a grouping of 3. And with that, I'm going to call this one finished. So thank you again for stopping by on, let's see, for day 4, one more day of fall scrapbooking. So the last video in the series, which is day 5, uploaded tomorrow. So make sure that if you haven't done so already, that you subscribe so that you don't miss that last video, as well as any of my upcoming videos. I have some really fun projects in the works that I can't wait to share with you, and so I'd love to have you as a new subscriber on my channel so that we can continue documenting our memories together. So thank you again for stopping by, and I'll see you tomorrow.